Hey guys, it's Andrea. I'm back with another Sew With Me for the Vintage Block Along by Lori Holt. This is on her blog, Be In My Bonnet. I'm going to link it down below. I'm linking you actually to the finishing blog because if you scroll down to the very bottom of it, it'll have all, at the very bottom, not the comments part. Where the heck? Anyway, not this one. But the one I'm posting is the very last one. So it'll have all the links to all the blocks at the bottom. So you can easily navigate it. She has all the cutting instructions. So everybody can do this. And it's totally for free. She did this back, I think it was 2019. This is an oldie. She used the Farm Girl Vintage fabrics. I'm using stitched mostly. And I'm doing all scrappy backgrounds. Now, I used her same background for this one, but I used, of course, the stitched for the blue and red. I'm probably going to have to stick to her colorway. I got it all cut up here. Because on these instructions, they're not like her typical. She doesn't label them A, B, C, D at all. So it's kind of hard to keep up with if you don't have the same colors. This is going to be a 15-inch quilt. This is a sampler that we're making. It looks, I love it, so I think it's going to turn out beautimous. Let's get started. It takes me a little bit longer to adjust to this new pattern style, so just bear with me. It's quite different. Alright, grab two 3.5 by 6.5 backgrounds. That's these, I think. And two each of the 3.5-inch squares. So that's two blue and two red. This is the first time I've used this fabric line from her, and I'm digging it. It's different. Definitely, to me, goes along with the vintage theme, though. So we're making flying geese. But one is going to have red on the right side, and one's going to have blue on the right side. So, like that. So, right sides together. And we're going to sew corner to corner. Now, if you don't have a Seam Sew Easy guide, be sure and mark your fabric so you stay right there in the center. And as always, my side piece I'm doing, I'll link that down below too, because it's actually, I got it from Lori Holt. It's called Broken Dishes. And she did a YouTube tutorial on it. So I'll link that down there too if you're curious. I wonder if I can cut a scrap out of that. It's kind of big. So if I get a 1.5 incher, I can. Waste not, want not. So I'll put that in my 1/2 inch scrap box. Iron, and then we can add the blue. Finally got my nails done. They were I think about 3 weeks out. Desperately in need of doing. I should have done last week and I didn't. Stella's in Texas. She usually goes with me if she's out of school. But Sam stepped up and went with me, and that was so sweet of him just to sit up there with me while I got my nails done. Not that I have to have him go with me, but usually they don't, but it's nice to have company. We had us a nice mama-son date. Went to Taco Bell and got my nails did. Just trim about 1/4 of an inch away from your sew line. We're gonna set these, there's one unit. We're gonna set these to the side for now. Next, grab 7 of the 3.5 inch squares from your background. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That just leaves me 1. And 5 from the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all of them. And 2 from the aqua. 1, 2. Just leaves me 1 of those. You're going to make these into half square triangles. Okay. Yeah, all with this background. So right sides together and sew down the middle. I'm not a huge fan in general of basket blocks. I mean, they're okay. They're not my favorite. Like, I wouldn't do a whole quilt full of just basket blocks. I don't like them like that. Here's the other one. Oh, I know we can get some scraps out of this. Excuse me while I cut this guy. Down, 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 down. If you just take a couple extra seconds to do that as you go, you will thank past self for doing so. If you don't and you throw them into a basket to cut later, you will curse past self for being so lazy. I've got both. I got a huge basket sitting here right beside me full of fabric that needs to be cut down. Or as extra yardage. This fabric's so pretty, isn't it? I just love about everything she does. This chicken coop fabric, I love it too. It's not, like I said, it's not the stitched line. I think it's B Basics. But I've got a bunch of her low volume. I've actually got a fat quarter bundle of her low volume fabrics. I'll be using a lot of them in this quilt. Because like I said, I'm doing all of my backgrounds scrappy. Shoot, it about took my whole fat quarter to do this one block of this. I used up almost all of it, which is crazy. How is that possible? I didn't have much left. Now, what's this saying? Press and set those aside. Then you're going to make 1/2 square triangle from the 6.5 aqua and 1 in the 6.5 background square. Which I've got 2 6.5 inch background squares. Right sides together. It's just gonna be a huge 1/2 square triangle. I'll definitely get scraps. So this is pretty long. I probably need to mark this because I can't see it on my Sew Easy guide, the end of it. So I shall mark it. Let me go ahead and take off these 1/2 square triangles. And again, we're trimming 1/4 of an inch. Approximately. Gosh, that one got a little off. My lord. Okay, I'm gonna cut the wonky side off. I get a little too close to that seam. Calm down, girl. Calm down, girl. Now I just gotta fix it here. Yeah, I know Stella's having a good time. The only time she texts me so far is to say feed her fish and to give me very specific instructions on how to water her sunflowers she's growing. Tonight, so it was like, if the soil on top is completely dry, not moist, water my sunflower. Oh, I should have cut this side. This one's a little wonky, but Estelle's been the one taking care of all the plants for a couple of months now, and they're thriving. She's so good at it. I'm horrible at taking care of plants. But they have definitely thrived under her care. I've noticed a big difference in them. Her cousin, they have a pool, so I know she's just having a blast. She's probably going to come back black as night. She gets so tan. It's like I used to be that way when I was a kid, too. I mean, my grandmother had a pool growing up, and that's where I spent, like, all my summers. And I'm telling you, I got dark, and she's the same way. All right, I need to press all these. I'm pressing to the dark. She doesn't give pressing instructions on these either, or square up instructions. I can tell it's like an old, before she got really good at making patterns, you know what I mean? You can tell it's a new thing on this. Because when she made this blog too, she's like talking about her Farm Girl vintage line just coming out. And, you know, that's been around for a long time. Got those. Set them to the side. And what's this? Oh, here she's talking about cutting her scraps. If my easy corner triangle trimmings are big enough to cut at least 1.5 inch squares, I do so. Then I add them to my scrappy stash. That's actually where I got a lot of my pointers is from her. So here she is talking about it. Let's see. Yeah, she's still talking about her scraps. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Keep those doggies scrolling. Oh, here we go. It says, okay, back to the blocks. There we go. Sew these 2 remaining pieces together. And she just got a picture. Okay. So these 2 remaining pieces together, we've got, looks like she's got the longer blue and the shorter blue to this background. I think. My bedtime alarm just went off. I started this pretty late because I kept looking at my phone, sitting in here on my sewing table, staring at my phone. Oh my gosh, that thing is so addictive. You'll think, I'm just going to scroll here real quick, and 1 hour later, still doing it. Oh my gosh. Hate that. Now, we're ready to start putting the segments together. You should have a 6.5 inch background left afterwards. We're going to use it last. So we're taking this flying geese unit and we're going to attach 2 half square triangles. Of course, I'll have to sew these 2 together first. I need to cut some of this stuff off too. Get it pressed and cut. Alright, yeah, this is definitely one that we're going to get some good scraps out of. It's going to be a big piece left over. There's this fabric. This thread is so light, I can barely see it on here. Here's that half square triangle unit. And then this guy too. Set that to the side. Alright, let's see what we can get out of this. I save 1.5, 2.5, 2.5, and 5-inch. Lori saves more, like she saves a bunch of 3-inch, and I haven't started doing that yet. So I'm just going to take it down to a 2.5. Which actually, I'll probably get some more out of that too. Okay, so there's 2.5-inch squares. And I could probably get a 1.5-inch off this guy. And a 1.5-inch off this guy. If y'all save scraps too, what sizes do y'all save? I just do the 3. What is... Okay. Alright, I'm going to set this to the side because we're going to attach it to that. I'm going to go on to the next, which is this one. And we're going to attach this blue square here and the red square here. Looks crazy, doesn't it? See, this one I would have liked to have squared up. See that size difference there? But I don't know what size they're supposed to be squared up to, so I couldn't. Man, these are different sizes too. Doesn't look so off though when I put it here. Just a little bit. Fix it in the seams. And finally, one just like this, which is a picture of it. It's this block, this, and this. I always have so much fun making her quilts, always. I've loved every one I've made so far. Here's this piece too I pulled off earlier. Let's press these pieces. Looks like I'm gonna have to get an ender to pull this one off. Here are these two units, by the way. That one. That one. Again, this one. I don't know how the heck these are getting so off like that. I must have cut something funky somewhere along the way. I just don't know which one. I don't know if one's too big and one's too small or what. So I'm just adjusting my seam to correct it. Can you see that, what I'm doing? I'm making the extra length at the 1/4 of an inch in the top one. It's going to be very scant to catch that seam. Now we're going to attach what the heck is that? I don't even see that block. Oh, it's one of these twisted. It is like putting a puzzle together, doing these. Okay, this one is going to attach to this one. I'm just looking at the picture here. I'm working my magic. Ooh, it's magic. You know. Oh, there's one of my side pieces done. I'll show you what she looks like. Why the heck is my screen so dark? I've been noticing my phone wanting to fade. I hope it's not that dark for y'all. Probably some update. Changing one of my pre-existing settings. So when I was trying to drive and use the GPS, it kept fading. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta see my freaking GPS. I set my phone to never fade. Unless I tell it to specifically turn black. I don't like that. I don't like it. What's back here? Okay, this unit. Now, alright, I'm going to have to pull this other piece off to finish this. Make sure. Whew, I hope my rotation's right in this because these are going willy-nilly all over the place like a crazy person. Got to believe it's not so, it's magic, you know. Adjust as you go if you need to. Make sure everything's lined up. Looking good. Okay, now we're going to start putting on those longer pieces that we made. Yeah, it's like that when I'm looking at the front of my phone, it's like there's a tinting on it. One of those auto adjust to the light in the room features, I think it is, which I turned all that stuff off. I guess one of their updates turned it back on. So frustrating. Okay, so first, the shorter guy goes on here. My gosh, I hope my cutting's not that far off. And what the heck? That's some big difference there. Look at that. I've had to have cut something too long. I had to, mister. Guess we'll find out when it's done. Eek, eek. I kept the excess at the white though instead of the blue since there's a lot more white than there's blue. Yeah, by the time y'all's watching this video, by the time I post this video, I think Stella will probably be back from Texas or almost back from Texas. Because I'm quite ahead of my posting at this point. Okay, now this side's going to have the long section. Oh, this one's lining up right. This one's lining up right, so it's weird. I must have cut that blue one too big. I'd rather it be too big than too small. We can always cut off too big. This is a cute block. I think we have one more step. And then she shall be done. Not crazy about that one. Okay, we're gonna take, it says to take this last 6.5 inch block. Mark your last background square and sew an easy corner triangle onto the bottom. Okay, we're gonna snowball. I am gonna mark this though. We're gonna snowball at the corner. And she advises pinning this when they're this large. And it's not a bad idea actually. So I'm gonna grab a couple pins and just kind of pin this into place so it doesn't swoosh around too much. Swooshy, swooshy. Okay. That's it, guys. We just gotta trim it, iron it, love it. Pins out, and we're going to trim the excess again. Let's see about this. Okay, that's got a seam. I don't want to cut a scrap with a seam in it, so I gotta watch that. But I can definitely get a 2.5 out of this. This I'm just gonna throw away because there's that seam. This I can probably get a 1/2 inch out of. It's about getting close to me changing this blade. always have a hard time changing blades and needles and stuff because I feel like I'm wasting. Like, I could get some more use out of this. Not that needles are expensive, because they're really not. I mean, blades are kind of expensive though. Alright. Okay, I definitely have to trim this. That overhang. I'm gonna put it on the bigger cutting mat and we'll take a gander. There it is, guys. And it's measuring 15 inches about on the dot, so I like it. I love how it turned out. What do y'all think? Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you like to watch Sew With Me's, and I hope I can see y'all at the next one.